Now the dish we're making today is actually called arrachera in adobo. I love a dish that I can roll my R's for. But basically it's steak that's stewed in a chili-based sauce, and it's sweet and it's a little bit spicy and smoky and a little bit fruity too. And Julia's gonna show us how to make it.
That's right. And if you ask 10 different cooks how to make this dish, you'll get 12 to 13 different answers because there's so many styles and they're all delicious. But we homed in on the style we like the best,
All right.
which we think is more authentic.
Okay.
And it all starts with dried chilies. This is the star of the show, anchos and pasillas. Now these aren't spicy, but the ancho is very sweet and raisiny. The pasilla is a little bitter and earthy, so the combination is good. And to bring out their flavor, you really have to toast them in the oven. So before we toast in the oven, you want to get rid of the stem and the seeds. To get rid of the stem, sometimes you can pull it off. And you want to cut in there, and that way you get all the seeds out. We want to control the spice and the heat, so that's why we're going to take them out. In total, we have 1.5 ounces of ancho and 1 ounce of pasilla. The seeds are almost glued on.
Sticky.
Yeah, that means it's going to have good flavor. All right, there's that one. Now these are the pasilla. They're a little easier because they're really concentrated at the top of the chili. So I'm just going to, again, cut it open, and pull out that pod of seeds. So here we have all of our chilies that have been stemmed and seeded. We're gonna toast them in a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes to really bring out their flavor.
Sounds good.
All right, so the chili is roasted in that oven for just 5 minutes. They're good and toasty and fragrant.
It was a beautiful smell.
And now I put them in a big bowl with some warm tap water for 5 minutes. That's to soften them. Take them out of the water. A little water clinging to the chilies is totally fine. There we go. Right into a blender jar. A lot of the adobo sauces we tried included some tomatillos, and we really liked that fresh, fruity, light flavor. But even better, use tomatilla salsa. So this is 3/4 of a cup of jarred tomatilla salsa. Next, a little chicken broth. This adds some good liquid. This is 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. Now a little bit of orange juice, which you commonly find in some Mexican sauces. This is 1/2 cup of orange juice. Lime juice, of course. This is 1/4 of a cup of fresh lime juice. Just a little bit of sugar. It goes a long way.
Okay.
So 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. This is 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. Last but not least, 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. In the blender, it goes. We're gonna blend this until it's very smooth, and that can take up to 2 minutes.
All right.
All right, so that's been about 2 minutes.
Give me a whiff of that.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you can see how nice and smooth and thick that is. That's perfect. All right, we're gonna set this sauce aside for now and go on down here and talk about the meat. So, flank steak is very traditional. This is a 2.5 to 3 pound flank steak. Sometimes you find nice big guys like this. Sometimes you have to buy 2 little guys. But
Okay.
first thing we're gonna do, see if you need to trim any fat. This little bit of fat I'm not gonna trim off. That's gonna add good flavor.
Good.
Sometimes you get a lovely fat cap. That'd be a bit much. All right, so now I'm just gonna cut it into 1.5 inch pieces. You kind of just cut it in one direction, and then you cut it in the other, and you got nice big stew-sized pieces. And now I'm just gonna spread these guys out, quick pat dry, and then we're gonna season it with 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, there we go. And now I like to move the meat around, just catch up any of that seasoning that's been lost so it sticks to the meat, doesn't get left behind on the board. Like with most stews or braises, we're gonna brown the meat. That gives a nice fond, it gives a nice depth of flavor to the sauce. So over medium-high heat, I'm gonna add just 1 tablespoon of oil, and I'm gonna wait till that oil is nice and smoking before I add half the meat. All right, the oil is smoking, so now we're gonna add half the beef. We don't wanna crowd the pan because we want it to brown really nicely and get that good fond. And we're gonna brown it for 6 to 9 minutes till it's good and golden on all sides. So we're gonna set it aside and brown that second batch.
Sounds good.
All right, so this second batch of beef is ready to come out.
Tons of color, tons of flavor.
Oh yeah, that's a good looking pot right there. So there's a good amount of fat left in the pot. That's perfect for sauteing up the aromatics.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium and add 1 chopped onion. And to that I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And this will take about 3 to 5 minutes to soften and get lightly browned.
All right.
So it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see those onions have gotten smaller, they've shrunk, and they got nice and brown. Now time to add some garlic. This is a whopping 8 cloves.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And we're also gonna add a tablespoon of ground cumin. We're just gonna cook this for about 30 seconds until, yeah, you can smell it.
You can really smell
Oh.
it, folks.
Now it's turning into a good chili. Time for the adobo sauce. Thank you. So right into the hot pot out of the blender. I'm gonna use this little spatula to make sure I get it all in there. There we go. All right, I'm gonna stir this in. You can see how it looks thick. It's not gonna reduce to much thicker consistency in the oven because so much moisture is gonna come out of the steak. So in goes the browned flank steak and any juices that have accumulated while it was sitting. Oh, and that's it. Bring this to a simmer. I can see it simmering right there around the edges. And now we're gonna cook it in the oven, which again, we love doing with braises because the heat's more even and you don't get hot spots or scorched spots on the bottom of the pot.
That's right.
So I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna put it in the oven for about an hour and a half until that flank steak is tender.
Sounds good. I'll get the door for you.
Oh, thank you. All right, so while that adobo is in the oven, we're gonna make some tortillas. So it starts with flour. This is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To this, we're gonna add 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. We're just gonna whisk this together. Now we're going to add the shortening or lard, and I have 5 tablespoons here. So I'm just pinching the lard between my fingers and working it into the flour. We're just looking for it to be evenly incorporated. Don't want any big pieces of lard. You can see the texture has really changed. It just looks like coarse crumbs mixed in there, and that's what you're looking for. So to this, we're just gonna add some water. We found using warm water makes it a little easier for the dough to come together. This is 2/3 of a cup of warm water. Now I'm gonna use a spoon. I'm just gonna get this dough to come together in the bowl. Now that the dough's come together, I'm just gonna use my hands and knead it still in the bowl to try to get up any of those little floury bits, try to get them incorporated. The other trick I do is you can turn it onto the board, flatten it out, and put the scrappy bits right in the center, and then you sort of knead them in. And as I knead it, I'm just gonna scrape up any bits that are on the counter and knead them right in. Knead this for a little bit till it makes a nice smooth ball. That means the gluten's been developed. Make a nice chewy tortilla. All right, so that looks good.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna cut it into 12 even pieces. That represents 12 tortillas. Bench scraper is great for doing this. I'm just gonna eye it. And now, the fun part. Wanna join me?
Yes.
Make it a ball.
All right.
So you can do it in your hands. You can also do it right on the counter. You're letting the dough really stick to the board. That makes a nice perfect ball. Nice. So obviously we just really worked the gluten in these things. They're gonna need to relax for about 30 minutes before we can roll them out.
Yeah, me too.
Into a good flat tortilla. So I'm just gonna cover them with plastic wrap so they don't dry out. That takes about half an hour. We're gonna let them rest in the refrigerator. You can smell the flavor coming out of the oven.
Sure can.
Oh, all right. Ready?
I am.
Voila.
Look at that color. It's so deep and dark in there. Oh.
It smells so good. You smell the chilies, you
Yes.
smell the onion, a little
Yes.
cumin.
Yes.
So this is ripping hot, so we're gonna let it cool, obviously, before we eat it. But I'm gonna show you how to test for doneness. One way is you pick up a piece of meat, you put the fork on it, and you can see how much resistance there is. Perfect.
All right.
We're gonna let this lava hot adobo cool for a little bit while we make some tortillas.
All right. Work for my supper.
All right, so we have 2 boards set up here. A little bit of flour on our work surface here and grab a dough ball. And now we're just gonna use a rolling pin and roll it out to a 6-inch tortilla. And I like to start by using my hands, really just press it out while it's nice and easy to manipulate. And again, we're looking for about 6 inches. And more importantly, you really want them to be even so that they cook evenly in the pan.
Gotcha.
All right, and so now to store them, we're gonna put them on these little pieces of parchment paper that I've cut to 6-inch squares. So that's
All right.
kind of a good judge as to how big it is, and we're just gonna stack them on a plate.
Sounds good. There we go. A roundish tortilla.
All right, so we're just gonna finish these up and then we're gonna cook them off.
All right.
So cooking these is really easy. A non-stick pan is good because it won't stick.
How about that?
How about that? I greased it with just a little bit with some vegetable oil, and I put it in there, medium-high heat. You can see it starting to bubble. Ooh, it's doing that. Flip it over. Oh, that little bit of golden browning. It's perfect.
All
I'm
right.
gonna cook that on the second side. It's about a minute each side.
You're cooking them one at a time, but they go super fast.
They do. All right, so it's been about a minute on that second side. Ooh, you can see some nice browning. It's puffing. That's cooking the inside. If you don't let it puff, the inside stays a little too raw.
That's right.
All right, and this is a tortilla warmer. It's great for keeping those tortillas nice and warm for serving. That looks good on both sides. Right into the tortilla warmer. That's our last guy. Oh, goodness.
So good.
Oh, give you a little extra sauce.
Thank you. It's not just flank steak. I want in adobo.
Exactly. So here we're gonna have a little bit of queso fresco.
Beautiful.
And of course, just a little cilantro.
This is beautiful. Are you jealous of me right now? I'm about to tuck in, yeah? Okay, look at that meat. It's falling apart. I gotta say, it wouldn't be the same without homemade tortillas. Really are worth it.
But the flavor of that sauce, it's nice and thick and smooth. It's not too sweet, it's not too acidic, and you can really taste the chilies.
No, it's true. Really well balanced. Got that nice fruity kick too. That's those ancho chilies. Well, this amazing dish, it all starts with a rich adobo sauce. Toast ancho and pasilla chilies in the oven, soften in water, then blend with salsa verde, orange juice, spices, and more. Sear flank steak, and then cook onions along with garlic and cumin. Add the beef and sauce back to the pot and cook it all until tender. Meanwhile, make tortilla dough with flour, shortening, and water. Then grab a friend to help roll out and cook the tortillas. Serve it all with queso fresco and cilantro. So from Cook's Country and a couple of chili queens, it's flank steak in adobo. Thanks for watching Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. So what'd you think?
Leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or just say hi.
Now you can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
Alligator.